Hello, it's your boy viciousfolife, and once again, we are back with a new Disco Elysium. I know it's been a while, figure let me get back into this. I always wanted to get back to this series, just the timing and everything, but we're here now. Let's get into it. Oh, we had that dream the other night. Mare. Still living in ruins.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting.
We gotta earn money every day so we can even live here. Who was in this one? Nothing.
The door is closed.
Try to
Still, you should punch a fucking hole in it. The murmur in your ears recedes slowly. Your breathing normalizes. That's one lucky. This door can only be opened. As you hold the metal, you sense the warmth left there by her hand.
Wow. Leave. So we got a whole day of like investigating. Oh, looks like we got some new areas that we didn't have before. Fearless partner. Let's see what I talk about.
Morning.
Gives you a quick nod.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night sleep. It's them by the looks of it. One loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it.
All right,
one more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can...
Good. A power move.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place.
Basically, we can do other stuff. Okay.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real?
Not yet.
Then why are you wasting my time?
He's upset. How's it going, Lena? We'll be running into you today.
Just a moment. And there's no public phones?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Something upbeat. Sorry, man, I didn't mean you to do anything to me. I might make it up to you. Good day, ma'am. Everything all right? Lena was kicking. I would say Lena was kicking.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie.
A faint smile tells you she appreciates.
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night. I was also hoping she'd heard from her.
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play.
Why do I have to play rescue, man? The hell of missing person.
That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
That's just it. This isn't like him. You have more important things to worry about.
Looks, character, relationship. I guess we're going to be diving into this, so what's about morale?
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
If I'm trying to meet him in the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you,
Longish
but
white
with
hair.
a large...
The lieutenant pulls out his note.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but by a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. We hit it off, and, well, I hope I've been useful.
What kind of expression was he on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained, but they should have returned by now. They were just...
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Oh, sweetie. If it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to it.
You're welcome.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation,
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that.
and if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may... Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
More is real
Oh,
instant.
sweetie, it's fascinating.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Of course, dear.
Alright, that's all for now. Oh, her. What's she doing out here? She's usually outside.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today.
Less hospitable.
Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
I mean, no trouble. I'm here to do my job. That's all.
Not a muscle moves.
You are looking for Titus Hardie, who you think has information on a murder? That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority.
Ooh,
we will make an
challenging.
arrest.
She says nothing. How is that sign cleanup going? Huh? Fuck the police and all that? She said she would clean it.
I should talk to Titus then. I guess you're not a winner after all. What's your role in all this?
Obviously, I'm a lawyer. A legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
I guess you're not a winner after all.
This is about your alcoholism, isn't it? People talk.
A cheap
People
deflection,
talk.
but brutal. This did not have the effect you desired, but it did, something.
Aggressive.
Why are you
You
so
make
aggressive?
your living.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder
Now you
suspects.
represent murder
Listen.
stuff.
You moral intern lackeys. You're a mob,
Ooh.
enforcing the unlawful private.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Oh, you heard of it is wrong. Prince Strong, like you socialists, I like that. Good start. Let's take a step further. Arm up, Ryan. What are the union's plans? The world needs a financial buffer, so no need to get emotional. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not a historic individual. Lower. Let's take a step forward. What are
Look,
the union's
a
plans?
comedian.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
Well, I
What
won't
you
talk to
want
you
is
and
of
not
no
Titus.
significance, officer.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say
Doesn't
it.
mean you have to say it.
You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
All right. We'll walk past them and then come back, as they said.
I don't want to talk about that. Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is. A youngish woman,
What color hair?
blue and violet, died.
Then she may have dyed it again.
Damn, I don't want to.
When did she leave?
Please.
We can't just...
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the invest.
It won't come to that. We won't...
I don't believe you.
Leave us.
I
it
just
really
can't, man.
is.
She's got the darkness in her.
She shared?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her. I
was
heard
told
the
everyone
rumors.
afraid of her, you're not.
I saw the other drivers looking at me
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about
She thought
that.
about her mind.
The way it worked.
The pain it was causing her.
She leave her
Fuck,
glory
man.
behind, at least.
Go grill someone else with these questions, okay?
Push Tommy and it will break his heart and his spirit. Now is not the time to focus on feelings. You need that info, son.
need that
It's right here. The answer is right here. You just need to ask him. Come on, do it.
Put yourself in my shoes and you just run out of investigation.
You're not going to put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you?
I wouldn't be so sure. Imagine it, an explosion of stars. Goodbye world of men, money, and machines.
Thank you, friend.
For another way.
Wow, this makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again.
Alright, we won't break them. He might come handy later. That girl's not there.
You're back. Good.
We need
What
some
can I help
money.
you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. Sadly, I need this one myself. It's What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day.
Yes,
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs. To his left, his partner, Emil Mott. Yes, he lost his mind. Tilbrook answers. We always do.
You? You're an officer of the Preciso Mundo.
What is the Rebel
Nothing more
Citizens
nor less than
Flotilla?
the de facto.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia. We are.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I am here to help.
What is this accused?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. For the big time.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
The revolution.
It's the big time.
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40...
She's not gloating.
Oh, and the anarchists too. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Yeah, it was a kerfuffle, all right.
Yes. The insul... Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. I prefer the term risk-averse. King Guillaume was nobody's. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. They are what they are. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I...
Alright, well. That got super deep. Very interesting political stuff. Liberals, communists, socialists, all of that. Alright, let's go talk to the major lead in here, which is those lorry men.
This is where you say your bid.
A broad shoulder man points at you with a beer can. I got a level up point, so I was like, let me use it, because maybe it'll come in handy. We'll do this.
He's used to giving orders and having them.
Detective,
He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything first. When you talk about attitude, we need to talk about the
Oh,
man hanged out
this
back.
is about him. A real looker,
Look
that,
at that
one.
one.
You're sure taking your time. Waiting for
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
time to go to work in the shit factory.
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut
Yeah, I
out
wouldn't go
for
in there
them.
for a
You might
million.
want to start asking your questions now.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them.
Scan the room. Man,
The
hanging in
pretty
backyard.
boy.
Did you do it?
You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Talking about
Funny.
that pretty boy.
but my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why is the
Container
belt
belt,
dead man's
like we
neck?
use in the harbor? Because we took it
Yes.
from the harbor where we work. Then we went out
We
back and
used
used
it to hang
it
him.
to hang him.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going.
We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's
so you just confessed to
goddamn
murder?
right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
They're playing to their considerable strength in numbers. Don't talk about arresting them. You'll only bring attention to your inability to do so.
When did this hanging incident occur?
Why?
Why did you kill him?
Because he was worthless
He was
mercenary
worthless
scum.
mercenary scum.
And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced
That's right.
kind, too.
A live
Excellent
grenade
special forces.
right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from
Right,
here.
but what did
Wrong.
you actually do wrong?
He harassed women, raped one,
Rape.
harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
There's slight unease in him suddenly. He regrets mentioning.
Kill us all
mentioning the rape.
if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into this, show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
What's the
Aren't
saying?
you
Sexually
fucking
assaulted?
listening? My man.
Yeah, me and Eugene got around. Aren't you fucking listening?
But who did he rape?
No.
It's a very serious allegation.
You're
I think
not
it's that
getting
girl
the name.
who left the hotel.
That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it.
Despite the stone
Wow.
woman, you can slip one more question in.
I'm gonna
Titus,
ask who did the dead
do
man
not-
rape?
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to...
I think it's the girl that was we
What
talked to her in the
you
first episode.
Is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough of
Yeah, that's
explaining
fine.
my.
As you
He's
can
dead.
see,
It's done.
these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny.
It won't be for long, she means. It's true. She was the only thing holding him back.
Are you
Who called
there?
the shots that night?
There will be no singling anyone out. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you...
Titus, keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he's in charge.
Addressed it. No, but seriously, who called
Who
the
do you
shot around
fucking
here?
think does?
He sounds more amused than angry. Points at Titus, points at Fat Angus. Keep pointing at
That's
Titus as
right,
they said we should do that.
asshole. Tight.
I think you got your answer.
No. You did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper,
But like they all acted
fills
as
out
one
forms.
man.
The
He's a
others
lawyer.
can't read. But on that night, They all acted as one man.
When
You
did the
don't
hanging
have to
incident
keep
occur?
answering his.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last
We
Sunday
killed him
night.
last Sunday night. Seems like a good way to end the
good
week.
way to end the week.
Known him?
How long had you known the
Yeah.
victim?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when
About
that
3 weeks
Pines
ago.
cow first sailed into town.
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative?
No, I mean the Pines cow.
The Pines
The
cow.
stupid-ass cow they sent in. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard
Yeah,
enough.
actually
That's
hard
enough
enough.
insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
So you murdered
How
him
many
just like
people
that
have
with
you
no
sent to the
remorse?
Shays?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Honestly, I drank so much, I can't remember anyone I sent behind bars. What we do is different. We enforce law.
But
just
you
kill
see,
people like it's
a
nothing.
lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in
That man
Martinez,
had to die.
we agreed that this man had to die.
Nothing.
That's what
Your
we're gonna do
investigation
now.
here is done. Leave Martinez, go back.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Tate. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us.
Let's get
Real.
it here.
Rent-a-cop. So that's what this is about. Forget
Yes,
about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now.
No. I's here.
Scan
You
the
got
room.
The boys are too eager to please him to keep their mouths shut.
Yeah. You fuck with the Hardie Boys, you fuck with Titus Hardie.
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Yeah, you're not.
easy, fellas.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture. Good. You could take another look at the tracks in the yard, on the crime scene. See if they fit this bunch.
We're gonna take it off for now. So we gotta go to the crime scene, look at the tracks, see if they fit. I mean, what are the odds that it doesn't fit, you know? They really took him out bad.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Let's see if we can do the visual
8
calculus.
pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the
Ayy.
mud. Where else have we seen a gang of men in work boots? That's right, the Hardie Boys in the mess hall of Welling in Rag. 1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46.
No
Just
place
like
safe
Titus
to
was
set that
wearing
wrong
in
boot.
his booth.
Big dick Titus
This
still
is
on
the
with
big
ball
dick,
cap
is
on
it?
his head.
They didn't even bother to change boot. 2. Standard
Too
work
easy.
boot. Steel reinforced toes. 3.
Blend.
Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. 4.
Badger, perhaps.
Standard work boot. Number 45
Field
or
of
5. Another standard work boot. Reinforced toes. 6.
Muscle bound.
Light as air. Same make of boot. But number 41. Small like a rat.
Pretty
You're
good
not
at
bad.
this, aren't I?
It's as if the whole world. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 48.
Fat
Another
fucker.
standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole.
A missing
7
eighth
sets
Hardie
of
Boy.
tracks, right? The Hardie Boys were here.
8.
That's all? Interesting.
A leader like Titus doesn't let one of his guys out of sight easily, especially at a time like this.
A leader like Titus, point light step number 41 shoe, heavy 1, 200 a killer print, an aberration one so smaller than the other.
200.
We'll say the fat one.
This could be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly.
You're right.
Yes.
So the fat one could be carrying a
I'm
victim.
guessing
and the
that's the
light stud
skinny
before
Hardie
was a
boy.
shoe.
The one with his front teeth missing. Yes, well,
Even the rat face
he
one.
did look a bit like a rat. You're right. I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not. Interesting.
And
Let's name it the Old Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner.
He regrets it the moment he says it.
so one of the people looking for a drummer. Don't say
I don't know
anything.
why I said that.
Just not.
We are not looking.
The lieutenant clearly appreciates the chance to...
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open
thoughtfully.
around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Mm-hmm. A week, maybe? 7 days would feed the...
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days...
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week
Visual
ago.
calculus is talking to me like
What
we
do
have
I
a
think?
relationship right now.
A mob of people brought something head. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle.
Indeed. They...
So far, so good. Only...
Of course, there were 8 tracks. But there are only 7 Hardie Boys.
There's one pair
This
missing
joy.
from the Union box. The 8th pair. I'm going to say it was our... Yes. I doubt the Hardies are going to tell us who this person is. For now, it's best if we just keep our eyes open.
Alright. Shout out to autosave. That was a smoker lady from earlier who he was trying to get into.
Yes? What about me? Good. Let's change the subject. What do you want to know? I'm afraid you and I...
His disdain is clear. This man would not use...
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. It's just stupidity. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a
Case
security
brief?
guard who was found hanged in Martinez. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was... There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. That's right.
Alright, our job's to find a killer.
Good.
Looking for something, Hunt?
You could push him by asking him to show you the soles of his boots. He definitely looks like someone capable of a lynching.
I know you've been giving me the runaround.
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Evashel West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
No.
The lady
He
driver.
means La Puta Madre.
The name resounds like a bell in the... Looks like the lieutenant has a...
Yeah, him.
Then I presume you are familiar.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has
This
peonies
racist lorry
everywhere.
driver.
Some say he even has them in the RCM.
You're not peonies.
Say
You
nothing.
wouldn't be.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if it's not a hard job, it won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way.
I'm not scared of you or the mob.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there.
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
Ooh. boy shook.
The lieutenant turns. I softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job.
Make him tell you what he knows. Nigga, don't want to go F yourself.
Men like this only respect. Time to turn up the volume.
Show me her lorry. Right and now, lady driver, where is it?
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
I've been to your fucking lorry, I know where it is. I'm gonna burn it down, you hear me? What's your name? Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the saying this told Marge to fuck off. I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of your life. You understand? Oh,
look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably.
Now it's not a big deal for him anymore.
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck.
A small temple by the monument.
It looks like he got his adrenaline up, too.
Been admiring the stompers, right?
On the bottom of the man's boots, you see an intricate tangle of treads.
It's Revachol. Custom made. You'll see when the time comes of his...
Technically, yours...
Huh. I know you people don't...
Alright, so... Past the monument, it's a green lorry. We're able to fix them up good.
Now it's turning into
I want to say I'm you for the rest of your life, but...
Nope. Don't. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few.
Yup. Nothing wrong with that statement.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With...
Interesting.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me.
Past the monument. It's gotta be this one.
This screen found A to Z.
This must be the one he told us about. Unless he was lying.
The door is locked. The glass on the side windows. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private. Cozy.
Let's get the pry bar from my kinema and smash in the window. I don't know how good it is, but this investigation has taken long.
Oh, we're getting a pry bar, baby.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and a metallic drawer slides out from under the seat. The pry bar feels nice and cold and heavy, useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The pull-out toolbox slides back.
Alright, so we got the pry bar.
This screen found A to Z, contemporary, is parked, pry bar in hand. You take a hard swing at the goddamn maggot. Drag your ass to the gym and do some reps right now.
I'm sorry, it didn't
Another futile.
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
He smashes it into the window. Droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten film. One of them particularly catches your eye. A A centerfold, the actress is draped in a sheath dress. One of her shoulders. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? The actresses and the rear actor all smile you. Oh, you wedge yourself under the steering wheel. But one odd detail does catch your eye. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique? Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it to yourself.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
She's the one running the drug trade. First the drugs went out this house, deep as this rabbit hole goes.
Now we know for certain
What a
who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardie and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
I would feel what Joyce told us, but I don't
Understood.
make any assumptions.
We should still go and see what Titus has got.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. Looks like the frequency dial is absent.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100. Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable.
The smell of 1,000 Sigma metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty. It's an issue of Petty Ferrique from last Wednesday. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast. These formulas look oddly...
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of...
The pull-out toolkit slides back into his... He closed the rust...
Great. I think we got everything.
Oh boy. Alright, I don't need a pry bar anymore.
All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found. So we don't do... Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter. I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold...
Listening in on your call.
And last but not least, it looks like the Hardie Boys knew this driver.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
So it turns out this
Like
is
Joyce
connected
told
to the
us,
union.
yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, as elegant as they...
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
Maybe to trade us some
Yes, well...
Unimportant.
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation. Sometimes the fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation. All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the map. Debrief over.
Alright. We gotta go talk to Joyce.
There it is. A brave little army in your pocket. The first Smokes platoon. You picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. What? Get a load of this rock and roll cop hair, people. Johnny Thundercop fishes a cheap lighter out of his pants. With a flick of the thumb, there's fire. A primal satisfaction. Here we go. Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head, body, and soul.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a cigarettes button. Cigarettes gives +1 to intellect skills. Logic, rhetoric, conceptualization.
It's bad for your health. Can't move. You about to say something to me? I'll make sure.
Lonesome, long way home.
Oh, stop. Alma waits, walk past stage 4 to market. Alright. Well, that was interesting.
I saw you poking
So you
around in
help
Lady
her.
Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
Grace is told
Still
where
better
cameras
than
we
me, I
almost
guess.
searched it.
Told you there's plenty of others who tell on her. But
Let's go
is
into
she
the
in trouble?
investigation.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
Last thing
Yeah,
you need
maybe
is
I
more
should just
civilians
keep my head
involved.
down and work on my rhymes while I can. Yeah, you too.
Good luck with that one. We'll talk about his rhymes. I need to figure out how to get this money, man. Oh, old girl's
Hello
back.
again, officers.
She got nothing for me. Alright, let's talk the old
You're back.
reality check here.
Good. What can I help you with? Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Wait,
It
where
doesn't
exactly
really
is eyes
matter.
located?
And I do, in any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it.
She's trying to conceal her excitement. But the lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours. Exactly. But what?
Hold on, you seem anxious to know why is that? We sent us in a wild goose chase up to investigate. Turn over quite a few interesting things,
Good
actually.
to hear. I wouldn't want to pry in.
Be very careful what information you're gonna share with her.
Seems Arc to the lover has gone missing.
A runaway?
Lower near the statue.
Good work. This is a tangible lead towards solving. We contain multitudes, do we not? It might not be.
She means you know her closer now. In some way, you know her soul a bit.
Clever.
There's the she, by the way.
If you suspect a woman in this sort of skullduggery, good move on their part. What is Laputa Madre?
Better
Frighten
not to
me.
frighten you now.
I'm not frightened easily, but I understand some things are best for the police to keep to themselves.
Alright.
I appreciate you placing your trust in me. Thank you. Now, per our original agreement, it's time for me to share I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but this...
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
What's about? Say, I already heard a connection between.
I have an
Strider and
indirect
customer.
role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an...
Momentary
They were
lapse of
dispatched
faith.
after
Every worker.
a member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a... Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and...
Who are they?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, they wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of...
So, what?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually he was taken out behind the whirling... Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching.
What is the nature of this?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
It'll be all of them. The decision is already made.
I have to say,
it is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide us. If you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify.
They would have to project strength and...
The Debarder have over 2,000 men. It will be a time.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable. As I said, a bloodbath.
I can't see having too many things like that go wrong first.
It doesn't have to be like this. Nameless, badgeless, one single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
You said that
or he didn't.
He assaulted a woman.
This is information passed on to me from some teenagers. That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman.
The lieutenant consults his...
We haven't heard any reports about an
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's...
You meet her soon enough, you feel?
They've gone to ground, as it were.
Now.
I don't recommend seeking them. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Where are these mercenaries?
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogan. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
That may be so.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe,
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant.
your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
Ours probably
Would afford a good vantage point.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. I hope I can answer it better. If you mean did I see him alive?
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor in her voice. But she had sympathy for...
Lely.
His name was...
His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his... He was 40. Or 50.
What else?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once, until the executions start.
They don't report the...
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they...
5 days.
It's a matter of days, not weeks. Not much. They're public
Down a deep...
They boast a long list of clients. So
Meaning they're...
yes. All the good sadly, no. If you still have access...
Do you know a lot?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCN. I have. And they will...
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please, of course.
What about the tattoos?
For about...
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion line. She has no excess of emotions for this cadaver.
Sorry. I was trying to see. I can't. But that's how you read this story. Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways. A sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. His platoon members? The other contractors.
It could go this or the other way. Maybe if you're tactful, it could be beneficial.
Do what you have to do, Detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before.
We will be careful, ma'am.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
That's all for now. We got a lot right there. Alright, I'm gonna hit save game here. I feel like we've learned so much, but at the same time, there's still a lot going on.
To work! Shame on you!
Oh, we did get him. I think maybe help.
Don't think so. Suddenly, this feels like a really, really bad idea.
We're investigating a murder. These tattoos were on the victim's body.
Wordless, he takes the photo. You see dead flesh. Fucking loincloths. Really did him in. Yeah. He's clenching his teeth. There is silent pressure behind that.
What it means. I can tell you what this one means. Only one. Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Our boy, he's only a captain then, but he knows how. At dawn, he comes upon two kips, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe we shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. She was quite the entertainment. For the week she lasted, expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants. God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body. Drowned in a creek a week later.
Something stirred. There's a word on the tip of your tongue. Colorless. Odorless. It's...
You're not really a scout leader, are you?
You bet it was.
Evil.
No. I was in the domain. In Jamrock. Being a fucking mask is getting sweaty.
He's under orders. And orders are orders.
Go ahead.
I have it back.
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin.
Free flow of karma!
Don't talk to him any longer.
Just leave, please.
Hands breathing, but his eyes are...
Alright, I think we've done a lot this episode. I am going to end it here. We're going to go and confront the lawyer-man in the next one. Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking of the game. There's definitely a lot going on. A lot of big words being thrown around. A lot of philosophical questions among other things. But yeah, overall still a good time. As always, if you want to keep up with me, make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, it's your boy Viciousfolife.